are replaced by lower price competition. So, for example, in China, this is this Beijing Aerospace, right? So the question is, within this lower gear and direct drive pumps, is Sundyne also losing market share in Europe and North America to other players like Flowserve, for example, which maybe don't use geared pumps? They use direct drive across the board, but they are much cheaper.
I don't think they're losing. I think that's already happened. I think that is the state of competition. So I don't think there's a continued loss of market share there. I think Sundyne in the lower horsepower gearboxes and the direct drive units, I think that's already been settled in the market. So I don't think there's a continued pressure from a low-cost manufacturer in Europe or in the U.S. Now, if Deep Blue starts to make inroads in Europe, a Dutch-based company that has also done a knockoff similar to Beijing Aerospace, there's a threat there. They are not a big global player at this point. The quality, if you look at those units, the quality units is not the same. But second-tier customers, I mean, that's how you start to lose market share, right? Second-tier customers, smaller customers start to accept it because it's at a lower price point. I know Sundyne went up against Deep Blue real heavily in India, and didn't lose orders on price, right? It was a good competition, and so I don't see Deep Blue getting to that price point where they're going to be able to come into the Europe and North America and really undercut the Sundyne price. So at this point, they're a known competitor. I don't know that the threat's very large.
Do you have, by the way, any price points for Sundyne and Deep Blue, like comparable pumps? What's the price difference?
I'm sorry, what's that? I'm not sure I understood the question.
Do you know maybe the price difference between Deep Blue and Sundyne comparable pumps?
It's within 5%, and it can go either way. And Sundyne can choose to take a job or sell on premium. Usually, it's within 5%, and Sundyne sells on premium. Premium manufacturer quality, premium quality, and is able to get that type of price difference.
Got it. Okay, but this is okay. What I hear is the following, and correct me if I'm wrong here. Okay, so there are like three. If we can do like this, there are like three types of pumps of Sundyne. One is this large drive, large geared, high pressure, low flow. This is a very unique space where the market share of Sundyne is, I understand, like 80 to 90%. Then there is lower gear, also high pressure. Then in this space, the market share of Sundyne is already a bit lower because it's more competitive space with like companies like IDT and Flowserve. And then there is also this direct drive pumps, a bit lower pressure, low flow. And here the market share of Sundyne is even lower, as I understand. It's let's say below 10%, single digit. What I hear from you is that within this kind of larger gear space, Sundyne is probably going to protect itself, but they need to, catch up with the process licenses, to work with the regulators, so that they are within this, with the institutions which create these processes. Now, for the rest, for this kind of lower gear and direct drive pumps, they are more vulnerable to competition because of price difference. Is that correct logic overall, or is this totally wrong?
No. I think you've got it. I think you're in the right the right area. It's hard to judge